Peggy 3.
We can be heroes for just one day. So let's fly higher and higher. We'll burn with desire.
Hello, I'm here to explain to you what 10-Second Ninja X actually is in just 10 seconds. 10-Second Ninja X is a game of completing levels in less than 10 seconds. It also features swords, explosions, electrocutions, death, costumes, death, stars, death, minigames, death, oh god, that's not death!
Are you comfortable? Can I get you anything? No? Okay then. Let us begin.
And they come down towards Beecher's Brook.
At the edge of time and space, there is a legendary place of breathtaking landscape. Apatia is its name. A sorcerer transformed all the citizens into creatures, doomed to face each other in never-ending battles.
Hello, welcome everyone. My name's Chris Crooks.
And I'm Matt Crooks.
And we are the co-founders of Rogueware, and we're here to introduce you to the first publicly available Steam alpha of our game, FreeHolder. And there's quite a bit to show, so let's jump right in. We added a bunch of extra resources for this demonstration. You won't start with all this stuff under normal circumstances. And just so you can hear us better, I'm going to turn the sounds down, and that's also conveniently shows you how to do that. Okay, so at the start of the game you have to create your main character, so I'm going to say Crux for me, and then you have to choose a gender, and then a class, and these are the playable classes at the moment. Basically they range from all the different kinds of ways to help run your villa to, you know, get food or build stuff or raise animals to a magic class, a warrior class. There's a lot to choose from and you'll be able to explore them all, but for now I think we're going to go with a ranger. So when you pick a class, you also get to pick a starting skill from a choice of 4, and every starting class inherits this passive skill, which you can look at there. For the purposes of this, I'm just going to take tracking. It's pretty standard. It helps you hunt for food, which is a great way to get a lot of food. So here's the start of the game. This is just text explaining your situation. You're escaped slaves who have been cornered by a corrupt census taker, and you have to run a farm and send him some stuff so that he doesn't, you know, take you back into slavery. That's the basic premise of the game as we have it so far. So, what are the basic concepts behind FreeHolder? Well, there's 4 things you need to know to play the game at the start. Get food, get heat, make money, grow wheat. Basically, your food and heat are up here in the right, nutrition and heat, and normally you won't start with quite so much, but this is a tracker to let you know basically, you know, how close to starving you are and how close to freezing to death you are. And then as far as making money goes, you can see up here at this flag there's a bribe, and when it's green it means that you have enough money, and indeed if you look over at our money you can see we have 3 denarii, and we only need 2, so that's good. And then here we also have the wheat counter, and you can see we need 16 wheat for this year, and we only have 0. So along the year here we're going to have to make sure we eat, we have heat for the winter, we have enough money by the end of the year, and we also have enough wheat, otherwise we lose the game. So how do we go about doing this? Let's take a look over at our characters here. You can see here's Crux, that's the main character I made, plus your 2 friends, Lydia and Caius. Basically the heart here is their health status. Basically, your health is not like hit points exactly, it's sort of your general stamina and ability to do work. High health gives you bonuses for all kinds of things, low health gives you minuses. And if your health gets low enough, you can die, so you have to try to keep it up. The main way to do that is to eat a lot of food, and if you eat less food, then you'll lose health, but we'll go into that later. You can also get disease from getting sick and wounds from battle, and those will show up there as well. And let's see. Also, these diamonds here are actions, and you can see Crux here because he's actually a level 1 ranger. Has 3 actions, one of them typed to be a survival action, and we'll get into that in a bit. And Lydia and Caius are both playing farmhands now, and they only have 2 regular actions. Let me just well, I'll get to that in a second, but you can see here there's an icon that's flashing. This is sort of events that happen in the turn. You can mouse over them to see, you know, what's good. So it says here, at the start of every year you get a sort of intimation as to whether the year will be drier or wetter, and it looks like this is going to be a dry year. Other things like disease and certain special things will pop up here and you can mouse over them. And then you'll see later on the right side, when characters take actions, a little icon gives you a record of that in the bottom right. And then also these resource flags. So they stack up as you gain new resources, and then they leave when you use them up. But if you have a resource that you're not interested in keeping track of, you can basically just right-click it. I'm going to do that for all of these other resources right now just to keep it clean. That doesn't get rid of it, it just gets rid of the flag. So I still have all of that stuff, but I'm not tracking it anymore. We're going to come up probably with a more intuitive and better ways to get the storage things, but that's how it works right now. So let's see. What else? Yes, the weather's up here in the upper left. You'll see various weathers hopefully as we go through. And the date, you have a year, 12 months, starting from March to the March of next year to get this stuff together. So basically, each turn is a month, meaning that it's 12 turns per year. Let's see. So yeah, I guess we should get started and kind of see how this works. So if you want to take an action, I know we have plenty of food, but just to show you how hunting works, I'll take Crux here, I'll click him, right? And then I can mouse over various tiles, and I'll click on the forest, right? So here he is on the forest, and then it brings up a menu with various things that you can do. For our purposes, we'll go to survival and hunt. And you can see here in the bottom right, this pops up. Crux managed to kill a rabbit with that action. So I used up an action, and because it was a survival action, I used up that green action. And I got some meat for my trouble, which would normally not be very much, but I have those beans to go with it. I'll also show you how to take some other survival actions. If you go to survival, you can see besides hunting, there was chop timber. That lets you get timber out of it. The timber I dismissed, so it doesn't show up, but it's just adding to my timber that I have. You can also gather firewood, which you can see there I have quite a bit of. And that sound and the cyan border means that I got a critical success. So once in a while, you'll roll really well and get a really good take from a tile, and that was just one such case. Alright, so let me see what else we can do here. You'll notice that actually this is extremely lucky. This doesn't usually happen, but I have a bonus on both of these spawn tiles that started the game with me. So let's see. This has some old fish traps, which lets me take fish, and I don't need that right now, but there's a lockbox with an item in it here. So I'm going to send somebody to claim this tile. You can see it says unclaimed and it's kind of grayed out. That means that even though you know what's there, you haven't cleared it out and made it officially part of your sort of villa here. And when you do that, that has certain implications for your wheat quota, depending on what kind of land it is, but that's not really important right now. So let's have Lydia do it. You say claim land. You can see here, this means it's a wild action. You can use anything to do this. See that little thing there? Lydia comes across a watertight lockbox half buried in the marsh. Inside the box is a flint sickle. Well, that actually helps you harvest crops, which is good. So we'll get around to that, and I can show you how to equip stuff in just a moment here. So what else can I do? I should probably plant something. Planting crops, particularly wheat, is obviously something that you have to do. So you click agriculture, plow and sow, and you can see it takes 2 actions. It takes a long time. And I'm just going to build, plant some summer wheat here. Okay, so that's everything but Lydia, and just to kind of give you a miscellaneous skill here, the basic magic thing you can do is gather reagents in certain plots. And Lydia failed, unfortunately, but you can find medicine and ingredients for spells and so forth if you're interested in magic by gathering herbs. And the rare herbs only appear in certain seasons and are really valuable to sell, and also have some pretty powerful effects, so keep your eyes open for those. Okay, so that's everything I can do for this turn. I'm going to end the turn here. So before you start every turn, you have to do meals for your party. Basically, you can choose between normal meals, hearty meals, starvation, or a meager meal. And if it's the normal meal, your health doesn't change. Hearty raises it, meager lowers it, and obviously starvation is really bad. Generally, you never want to try to do that. The healthier they are, the more likely it is they'll survive, but there's a pretty good chance people die when you starve them, so that's like a last-ditch thing. But of course, the meager meal, even though it hurts you, if you don't have much food or you're trying to save food, you can sort of trade health for being able to eat less. So we have quite a bit of food here, but I'm going to just kind of keep it low-key and just get enough for normal meals for everybody. Okay, so here we are on our next turn. We have here this wheat, and you can see the blue water droplets are orange now, which means it needs to be watered. So I'm going to send Caius to water that. Okay, that's good. Also, I guess I'm going to claim these fish traps because I need the fish. So I got quite a few fish from that, as you can see down here. Okay, so other things that I can do. You can also survey for a new tile. So if you have 2 actions, you can pick one of these tiles and see what's there. In this case, meadow. You can also see here it says game dense. Because I have tracking, my ranger can see the relative game population in a hex. It kind of lets them know where to hunt. I think I'm going to plant something else too. Maybe some radishes, because those grow quickly, even though they perish pretty fast. Let's see. I have quite a bit of timber, so I'm going to also show you how to construct a stone pit. Why don't I send Caius to do that? When you have 10 timber, you can go to construction and dig a stone pit. And what that does is it allows you to take stone from that tile. I'll have Crux do once just to show you. Gather stone. So that won't show up here because I dismissed the stone flag, but I'm collecting more stone when I do that. So that's about it for that turn there. I'm going to end that. Okay. Now I have quite a bit of fish, so I'm going to give a hearty meal to everybody, and they're going to gain a bit of health. Unfortunately, fish is very perishable, so I'm going to lose the rest of it, but that's the way it goes in FreeHolder. Okay, I need 2 people to water this turn, or at least, 1 person to do 2 waters, so I'll have Lydia water both of those for her turn. I think I'm going to have Crux claim this and hunt here because it's completely unhunted upon, and it should have good success. Or some success. I'm going to do it twice. There we go. Okay. So, I have this extra meat here, and it would normally go bad because this great meat is enough, but this is a good opportunity to show you about cooking. I'm going to send Caius here. So the villa has a ton of actions and upgrades and so forth available. You just click your character and click on the villa, and then this screen comes up and you can choose between the different buildings. The Spensa doesn't work right now, so you can ignore that. The dormitorium is a very simple place. Basically, you can just rest. It takes up an action, but it greatly helps you fight off disease and wounds. Sometimes it's worth it, particularly if somebody's very sick or very weak, to take some time off to recuperate. Oh, and then the other thing is you can study spells if you're an initiate. We may or may not get to that just now. So yeah, that's a dormitorium. The Fabrica is just a place where you can craft pretty much everything in the game. It's the workshop, and there are a lot of different things to go over here, none of which are particularly necessary just at the moment. We'll craft something a bit later, but I just wanted to give you an overview of these. There's the Factorium. This is where stuff's processed. Right now, for example, you can come here to chop timbers into firewood. That's a default action that comes for free with this. It's a good way to get firewood if you don't have much. It's pretty consistent. You get 6 firewood per timber chopped up, but you're better off trying to take each one separately because it's more efficient that way in terms of what you take. But in desperate times or during a blizzard or something, this is really useful. You can also add studios. They all let you process different goods, and we'll probably build one later. You can also upgrade some of these buildings, making them better in a number of different ways. Now, what we're interested in just at the moment is the Kulina. This is your kitchen, and there are a lot of upgrades available, but right now let's just try to cook something. At the start of the game, all you can make is soup. So let's click soup here, and put our regular meat in and some firewood. You can see it says checkmark, so we can make this. So we can make some meat soup. So what did that do? When you cook something, it actually lets it keep for an extra round. So by cooking that meat soup, I can not use it this round and then eat it next round. So it kind of lets you preserve a small amount of food. And also it raises the nutrition value a little bit. So I don't know what else I could do on this turn. You can go scroll up. Let's see. I have a lot of wood, so why don't I do this? I need to show you how to buy animals. I'm just going to construct an extra fence here, and I can show you this pasture while I'm at it. You'll notice that there's this pasture icon. It's where your mule Barnabas lives. Mules let you ship things to the market, and everybody starts with a mule. But I added a pasture just now so I can add another animal. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on that until the next turn, I guess. So you can see here I have my soup, but it says fresh, which means I don't need to eat it this turn. I'll just eat these 2 great meat and give everybody quite a bit of health. Okay, the radishes are technically done, but I can overgrow them for another turn if I want to get an extra yield, and I think I will because I'm not starving for food at this particular moment. So I'm going to do something unusual with Crux here. Oh, look at that. I covered a place with a cliff wall on it. That's cool. We can make use of that later. Plus, that's a Heathlands. It's a terrain we haven't actually acquired yet. So I wanted to show you, if a character is healthy enough, you can click this overwork button. And when you overwork, you gain 2 actions, but you sacrifice quite a bit of health and fatigue, which makes you more likely to get sick that turn. But you do get extra actions. Keep in mind, though, because your health is lower, the actions won't be as effective as they would be if you were in full health. But there are plenty of times where these actions will save your life or really let you take advantage of a situation. So I'm going to claim this, actually. So the basically this pasture, it comes with an empty pasture there that I can use later, which I probably won't need to since I have so much space here already. I'm going to have Lydia buy an animal here. Once you have a free pasture, you can go to husbandry and click buy animal. And then based on how much money you have, you can make a choice. I'm going to get... I can't really afford to get a full goat, but I will. I'll figure out some way to make money. I have a lot of extra resources. I like to name my goat Balthazar. Okay, so now if you click here, you can see I have a goat. And goats can be milked each turn, as long as you're not too incompetent. I am incompetent. Can't get any more milk from the goats. So, I guess I will now... I think I've pretty much covered everything that I need to cover here. I guess I can fish a bit. Marshes and lakes, you can fish in them. Fishing is a little bit easier than hunting, but you don't get things like hides and sinew. It's just pure food, but, you know, who's going to complain about that? I think Crux is going to... this might be a good time to show you some of the town actions here. So you'll notice here, you can click on this little thing that says, or a sign that points to town. And this is the secondary screen where your villa is here in the middle, and this is the surrounding towns and places of interest that are you're going to, you know, be interacting with for the better part of your game. So I'll just take a look at a few of these ones here. We have the Taverna. The Taverna is sort of just a place where people gather. Visitors will come by on the right side that give you various opportunities to buy or sell or take advantage of some opportunity. The famous Orator is here, and he wants to teach me rhetoric for 2 denarii, but that is way out of my price range right now, so I'm going to ignore that. Also, these aren't available right now, but the Mercenary Guild is, and if you go here, you can hire up mercenaries, which I don't need to do right now, but that's just click there to buy it and then leave, and then they'll join you. Yeah, so the Taverna is a place to keep an eye on. Each turn, different things happen here. There's also the black market down here. I'm not going to smuggle to it just now, but you can send people there, and if you don't get caught and thrown in jail, you can take advantage of various deals on lots of rare items that are hard to make or get. And also, you can do contracts with equipment there to make a lot of money fast, but you have to kind of be a good smuggler. So, of most interest to beginning players is the market here, so let's take a look and see what we can do. Alright, so in the market we have, there's a lot going on here. There's divided into 2 sections. The left side here you can see I have the mule. You can see Barnabas is providing 5 shipping, which is why I have 5 going and coming out. The shipping is divided 2 ways. So, well, that is to say, I get, 5 coming in to the market and 5 leaving the market. So these are what I have, and you can see I have a fantastic amount of these resources. And then on this other side, these are basically the towns in the game, depending on their type, will send goods to the market to be bought. And you can buy any of these. You can see there's a H on some of these. That means that they're a heavy good and they take shipping. Watch. I can get ginseng and that doesn't affect my shipping, but reed does because it's heavy. That's what the H stands for. So I can buy up to 5 heavy goods and any number of these, and that goes for selling. I can sell 5 heavy goods and any number of non-heavy goods, although I only have heavy at this time. Other than these two things, you can see there's a sell equipment tab here. My flint sickle is here. If I wanted to, I could sell it for 20 cents, but I'd much rather have it. And the last thing I've noticed is the left side here with these market orders. It's basically a type of economic quest. Each of these towns is asking for a specific resource for this year, and you can spend your shipping to send it to the town rather than just to the market. If you send it to the town, they pay you a much better rate per item, and if you complete it entirely, you'll gain reputation and a money bonus with the town. So this is a great way to make extra money and start getting some benefits from the towns, and we'll talk about town info in a little bit. So at this moment, since I really have quite a bit of Reed, I'm going to spend 5 shipping to send Reed to this Astoria basket weaving order. You can see I gained 80 cents from that. And I guess I will probably not need to buy. I'll buy some ginseng, I guess, because I wanted to show you how herbs work. And I'll confirm. And that would be that. So that's the basic thing about the market. You'll get the hang of it, and you can only do it once per turn because you'll use up your mule to go, and then it'll be tired. So you can only make one trip to the market per month, essentially. So you have to plan it out and do things accordingly. Also, just while we're talking about towns in the market, if you take a character and go to any of the 3 towns, there's a Harrenhal, Astoria, and Septim here. This is a village, a small one. You click there, you can click on View Info. And it will give you an overview of what you need to know about this village. So reputation 0. You start with 0 reputation at every town. But as you do quests for them or get rid of bandits in the area, they'll start to like you better. And then there will be aid in a number of different forms. Sometimes they'll send you things every month, or they'll send an extra good to the market that they wouldn't normally because they like you. But also, as the town likes you, its resident will begin to help you out. And since this is a village and it's small, you can win it over quickly. So if I get just even 1 reputation here, the Mayor will unlock this ability, and I can pay him to try to increase my reputation more at the town. But each of these places has a different resident. It's random at the start of the game. Like the retired marksman here can help you hunt if he likes you well enough. Here there's a sage. If he likes you, you can visit him and spend money to gain a lot of XP really quickly. So there's a lot of variety here, and it kind of tries to help you steer to which towns you want to influence first. Let's see here. There's some other actions that we need to take here, but we'll get to them in just a minute. I want to finish up this turn. We'll probably want to do some harvesting next turn. I guess I'll just gather some more reeds since I gave some away. Oh yeah, there were some willow saplings that didn't survive. That's just as well. I have to eat that soup or it's going to go bad. I have a lot of food, but that's good. Okay, so the wheat could be overgrown, so I'm going to just water that. But these radishes, the plus means they're overgrown, so they need to go. I'll have Caius pull them. 37 radishes, not too bad. And have Lydia try to gather a few more reeds, or reagents. Ginseng. Okay. Let's see. I might as well show you about constructing and using studios because I have the time. Or actually, no, I wanted to. I'll do it next turn, but I needed to show you how to equip stuff. Let's see. In order to make a lot of these things, you need to make some components first out of wood. Handles and poles are the most common, so I'm just going to make a few of these. And then try to put together some tools here. Timber axe. So the CP is basically, I can make 1 item per month right now. If I upgrade the workshop, I can make more. But components don't take up CP. They're very easy to make. Okay, so now that I have the timber axe, I might as well show you how to equip stuff. Double click on a character, and that brings up this situation here. And you can mouse over any of these and pick what you want to equip. In this case, I think I wanted to take the timber axe. You just click and then it shows that I have it there. I'll close that. And I'll chop some timber. 6 timbers. Not great. Oh, look at that. Crux got sick. Okay, so basically, if somebody turns sick, you can give them some medicine. If you have ginseng, you can give them a little boost to their disease resistance. They'll eat one, and the effect will be applied for the next month. Also, you should try to feed up people whenever you can, and of course I have so many radishes, so that won't be a problem. You can see here, though, I lost 14 radishes to perishing, so they don't last. Okay, that wheat's ready to be harvested, and I have this sickle that will help me get extra wheat, so I'm going to equip that on her before I have her do it. Wow. Serious smiles on you. Perfect harvest with that. I had 22 wheat. That's one of the highest yields you can get from the start of the game. So that's lucky. But I am terribly low on money, so I'm going to go back to the market and try to ship some more stuff here. What else can I do? So I think I'll hit quite a bit. Okay, so this might be a good opportunity to show you some combat, but I need to get a mercenary or something. So let's go to the taverna and see what's what. I have one powerful bowman, but I think I need more than that to stand up to possible enemies. So I'll wait till next turn. I guess I'll show you some of the espionage actions you can take. If you have the agent class or you're trying to train up to be an agent, you can go to any of these towns. Let's go with the village. And you can see there's the espionage tab here. And at this time, you can only influence at the towns. Basically, it says, attempt to increase your local reputation by looking for opportunities to influence local affairs. And if an opportunity to steal from the wealthy presents itself, well... So it's basically a sneaky sort of action. Let's try it out and see what happens. Ah, perfect. So occasionally when you do these influence actions, you get a chance to do something, and then it sort of presents it as a choice of different things. So Caius has a chance to bribe an important officer in the hopes of increasing your town reputation. Charisma provides a bonus to the chance of success. Caius doesn't really have any charisma at the moment, so you can pay denarii or threaten officers or beat them up. And I really can't afford to pay anything, so I am just going to threaten the officer. Oh. The officer was intimidated by your verbal threats and is set about talking you up to his fellows. Your reputation has increased. Alright, well there's some good news for you. So those sort of things happen when you do the influence, but a lot of times nothing will happen, or maybe you'll steal a small item or something, but it's always worth spending your extra actions there if you have nothing better to do, because if the town likes you, you get all kinds of benefits. I'm going to have Crux rest once because he's sick. And then I am going to have him build something. Tannery's not very much use to me. I don't know. I'm partial to the pottery. I'm going to build that. Alright, we'll see how that works next turn. Alright, so Crux is over his disease because the ginseng paid off, among other things. He's still a little bit low on health, so I'm going to give him ginseng again just to kind of protect him. Alright, I lost most of my radishes, but that wasn't too bad. So let's see. I wanted to check the taverna again to see if I can get some real mercs. Yes, I can. Alright, I'm going to hire Alsa and Malcor, even though I can't afford them. In case you can see, I have them here. And the retainer means that basically I hired them for a certain price, but they'll stay on each month if I pay them half of what I paid originally, which is pricey, but less pricey than hiring new mercs. So keep that in mind. And they'll stay on even if they're wounded, but they won't give you any kind of discounts if they're wounded. So, you know. Okay, now to find some action. On the town screen, you can see in the upper right here, there are these small icons that say low, medium, or high, and these basically show the bandit presence in the area. So I am going to go and try to patrol one of these areas from the combat screen. Now nothing happened in that case. Basically Lydia patrols the area but encounters no suspicious characters, so that lowers the bandit presence a bit, and Lydia will gain some combat experience, but no battles actually happen. So let's try again. Okay, nothing in this case. It is random, so it's sort of outside of my control at the moment. Nothing there. And nothing there. Dear me. But you can see we've completely wiped out the bandit presence with all those patrols, so that's good. Gonna have to keep trying. Ah, here we go. So this is the battle screen, and it shows here that there are 2 bandits on the right side that I'm fighting. Bandit cutthroats. They're sort of quick with knives. And these are slots where you can put people, so I don't really want to put any of my main characters at risk. This is why I hired mercs. So I'm going to put the Iron Viper in front and put also the Wind Spider behind him, and we'll get rid of these guys. Okay, so you can see here that... oh, wow. Things happen fast in this game. I'll explain in just a second. So you can see up at the top here, we started the battle, and then this is the initiative order that happened. So basically the 2 bandits went first and tried to attack the Viper, but he hit them as they came in, and he already took him out. And now it's this guy's turn for real, and I'm going to quick strike this guy. Oh, I poisoned him. The Iron Vipers have some poison, so they make things pretty difficult. Pretty difficult. Let's see, I'm going to do a springing throw to hit that guy. Okay, so that was pretty easy. So basically, anytime you win a victory, you scavenge items, you get bonus XP, although in this case nobody gets the XP because it was just mercs that were fighting. And money looted just based on how many, what characters were there and who got killed and so forth. And you can see here, bandit activity in the area has been severely reduced. So, that's basically it for the combat. The assault is, I'll show it to you, although I won't do it. And actually, you can only do it on non-walled towns. So, let's see. Basically, it lets you attack to take over the town. There's a very difficult battle against a large militia for the most part, so you'll want to have a lot of mercs and probably some combat classes to try to do that, but it's pretty rewarding if you can. I think that's more or less a good introduction, except for leveling up, but that's pretty self-explanatory because you do it more or less the same as you would under ordinary circumstances, at the start of the game. So I think we're going to call that it for now. That's pretty much wrapping up for this. So yeah, this is sort of our first Steam Alpha update plus tutorial. There's just, nobody's really seen this on Steam before for the most part, so it's hard to cover everything in such a complex game as this in a single video, but it'll really hopefully give you some ideas about what you want to explore, because it's a very open game, and it really rewards playing around with it and trying different things out in different combinations, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So yeah, for now, that's going to be it. I'm Chris Crooks,
And I'm Netflix.
and we will see you next time.